We just finished testing the G3 V164 F. It's a G3 boat, so it's made by Yamaha, so there's no big surprise there's a Yamaha F70 on the back. Now this is the new generation 70 horsepower. Gives you loads of power and great fuel economy. We got on plane in 3.6 seconds. It zipped to 25 miles an hour in 8 seconds with a top speed of 36.1 miles an hour. Great economy. Now, this is a multi-species boat, so it's really good for lots of types of fishing. And with this high windshield, you know, you can extend your season to where when it gets cold, like most freshwater anglers do. Now, this is a 16-foot 4-inch boat, so you're not going to see a lot of amenities like hydraulic steering with a 70 horsepower. It's got cable steering, but one thing I really liked a lot was the fact that you did get a lot of prop torque when you're taking off and at slow speeds until you trim it up. And when you get it perfect trim, the prop torque goes away and it really tracks straight. You can even take your hands off the wheel. I'll tell you what, let's head back to the dock and check out some features of this boat. This boat really corners excellent. We were able to whip it in a really tight turn, and only at the very end of the turn did it blow out at all, which is something you don't always see on these boats. I'll tell you, Steve, you told me this is a 16-foot 4-inch boat. I couldn't believe it. This thing feels big inside.
Yeah, this is a really great boat. It's a brand new boat for 2012, and the first time I took this boat and ran it out last summer, I actually had to look back. They told me it had a 70 horse on it, and I had to look back and make sure that's what it was because it rode really high and nice and dry, and I thought it must be bigger than a 70 horse, but it runs great with that motor on it.
Well, this isn't any 70. This is the Yamaha's new 70, which is heads and tails above a lot of engines I've seen.
Yeah, it's really an amazing motor, and I mean, people just love that 70 horse 4-stroke Yamaha motor. It just really fits well with a lot of boats.
You know, this is a fairly basic boat, but you have the option to customize this a little bit too, don't you?
Sure. I mean, it's got some features I think that people will appreciate, but you know, you can add things to it. Like for instance, the front is pre-wired for the trolling motor of your choice. Some people, you know, prefer one brand over another. And the fishing seat, you know, you can move it around to whatever position you like. I also noticed that they've got grooved into the gunnel so that you can add accessories there. So yeah, you can change it around. Like rod holders
or downriggers, whatever you want. Well, that's great. And one feature I really appreciate being a fisherman is the vinyl floor here. You know, you have carpeting where it's where it makes it more luxurious, but for the working deck, you can hose it off pretty easily, can't you?
Yeah, I mean, it's got marine grade carpet on both the bow and on the back deck, but the center is vinyl, so if you're out and you get things kind of messy, worm dirt, stuff like that, it's just a quick and easy spray down.
Now, you know, I know this is a affordable boat, but we have some nice seats here too, don't we?
Yeah, it's real comfortable to ride around in, and the driver's seat actually moves around and you can change it to suit your needs, and then this other seat can be put in any one of the positions. There are 5 seating positions on the boat that seat can be moved to.
I'll tell you what, freshwater fishermen will fish in the coldest weather I've ever seen, and these windshields will really come in handy, won't they?
Yeah, I also noticed on this boat that they've actually made the windshield even higher than on some of the other deep V's, and when you're out, the wind tends to go clear over the top of you instead of, you know, kind of hitting you in the face sometimes.
Right. Tell me a little bit about the helm set.
Well, the helm is laid out pretty nice, I think. It's got Faria gauges. It's got a switch panel here with bilge, aerator, and then internal lights, navigation lights, and then a master power. Of course, always G3 boats come with quality Yamaha controls and cables.
Well, that's nice. You know, I like how this cockpit's very deep, and so it's pretty kid-friendly.
Yeah, it is a nice deep cockpit, but it's got good sides on it as well.
Handles the rough water too, as we're finding out right now, doesn't it?
Yeah, I was running it just a little bit ago, and it was actually handling some pretty good waves for a smaller boat.
Well, I'll tell you, for a 16-footer, we've got a really roomy casting deck up front too, don't we?
Yeah, the other thing I like about the casting deck up front is that not only does it have a lot of storage up there that's real easy to get to, the live well on this boat is up front. So if you're out fishing by yourself and you get on some crappie or some walleye, it's a little bit windy day, you don't have to take your foot off the trolling motor, come back, drop your fish in the live well, lose position. You just turn around and drop it in the live well right behind you, and you can keep your foot on the trolling motor. I really like, that's always a feature I like in boats.
Well, that's great. Well, thanks for showing me around, Steve. Appreciate it.
Thank you so much.
For more information on the G3 V164 F and other great boats, go to boatingworld.com. I'm Alan Jones, and we'll see you out on the water.